Hello? Hello? Okay, let me see. Okay, sorry for that, guys. I thought the connection was lost. Yeah. So let me start again. I'm telling that we are going to start Java from very basic, like from very scratch, right? From today. And also, what we are going to do is we are going to actually see this first class that we are having right now will be on this channel only. Okay. What we are going to do is then all the lectures after this. You can see here this Geeks for Geeks Java channel. You have to join this, and here you can see I have all the classes planned. The next classes are coming out like at today only at 5:45. The next class is at 5:45, and the next one is at 6:30. Okay, these classes are today only, right? So this first class we are going to do on the main channel. Then if you want to join, you have to join on the Geeks for Geeks Java channel. Okay, at 5:45 today and 6:30 today, right? So let's start without wasting any much time. Let's start the lecture. Okay. So what we are going to do is, let me open Epic Pen. So for those who have already done Java, it would be helpful for them individually. Yes, who have already done it, it will be helpful. Yeah. And yeah, I'll start from very scratch. Yes, I am live. Yeah. Yes. So Java, right? So first of all, let's come to what are programming languages. Then we'll start with Java. Okay. So what will happen is Java. So programming languages. Programming languages are actually just a tool through which we interact with our computers. Right. Whatever we want, like any language, you can say Python, C++, Java, English language that we have to learn to interact with other people. Right. Same way, we have some different languages that we have to learn to actually interact with your computer. Okay, so one of the languages in them is Java. Okay, and Java is like actually is one of the easiest languages because its syntax is large. People think that this is not a good, like a very good language, but it is the easiest one that I have experienced till now. It is the easiest one, right? Because it doesn't have pointers, it doesn't have it is statically typed. That is also a good thing, but some people think that that is not a good thing, that is a bad thing. So yes, let's start with the advantages and disadvantages. Before going into that, let me tell you about something about machine. Okay, machine means, when I am talking about machine, it is actually your laptop or computer on which you are working on, right? So what happens is your machine actually understands only binary language. It understands only binary language, right? So what happens is we as a human cannot understand this binary language, right? We can only understand English language, Hindi language. We cannot understand this binary language. Binary language is actually 0101 language, right? So we cannot understand it. So what happens is to interact with the computer, what we have come up with a language, these languages like Java, Python, C++, so that we can interact with your computer, right? But how this process works, how actually it happens is, let's say you are writing your code in Java. Okay, you are writing your code in Java. It is not directly that machine will actually understand it. There is something in between, because machine can only understand binary language and you can only understand Java, right? You can write, so these Java, Python, C++ all are high level languages, right? So if they are high level languages, they can only be, why they are called high level languages is because they are only understandable by us, right? We can write code in those languages. Okay, so what happens is in between this, while we are writing the code in Java and the machine, there is something called compiler. Okay, compiler. Or in language like normal language, if we want to convert up, like let's say you are a Chinese person, I am a English person, right? I am speaking in English. So if Chinese person wants to understand my language, he needs a translator in between them, right? That translator here is compiler. Okay, what happens is whatever the code we are writing, okay, so this code is converted into the machine language, which is binary language, with the help of a compiler. Okay, with the help of a compiler. If compiler is not there, machine will not be able to understand this whatever we are writing here in Java, C++ or Python. Okay, so this is how actually internally what happens. Like we write code, compiler converts it into binary language, and it is then understandable by machine. Okay, so this is the process. So now coming to different languages, how different languages work and how the code is compiled. There is different ways of compiling the code. Okay, so what happens is in languages like C++. Okay, in languages like C++, and also before coming to that, let me tell you one more thing, that this binary language that I am talking about, is actually machine dependent. Machine dependent means every machine can have different binary language. Every machine can have different binary languages. Okay, so let's say I have my laptop. I have in my laptop 0101 means adding two numbers A plus B. Okay, and let's say in this laptop same thing, 0101 means A minus B. This can be the case. Okay, this can be the case. So different machines have different binary language, their own binary languages. Okay, so this is a problem that is faced by different languages like C++. Okay, let me tell you how. So I hope machine part is clear, how actually code is written and it's converted into binary language, and that binary language is different for different machines. Okay, now coming to the part where how different languages actually converts your code into binary language. Okay, so let's come to C++. In C++, what happens is, you write code in C++, right? And on your machine you have written it. On your machine you have written this code, right? So what happens is when you compile it, you get a exe file, .exe file. You have seen this exe file whenever you download some software or something in your computer. This exe file is downloaded, right? So what happens is the code that you have written on your machine, this C++ code that you have written on your machine is actually based on your machine only, right? That means let's say you have written A plus B. Your machine understands it's like 0101. Okay, but other machine can understand it like this A plus B as 1010, right? So this code that you have written is on your machine, this C++ code. Okay, you compile it, you get a binary file. This binary file actually only consists of 0101 language, and what you actually want is whatever the code you have written should run on other computer as well. Okay, so let's say you have made some application here. You want this application to run on different computers, not just your computer, right? You made this application so that you become famous and all the people can use it. Okay, so when you use this application, when you make this application, you compile it and you get a binary file, because you will never actually share your code to anyone. Okay, you will not share your code because that is your work. You will only share this exe file, this binary file, so that only they can use it. They can use your software, not your code, right? So this problem now is the problem where the problem arises. Okay, so what is the problem here? That this binary code that we have got from this machine is only executable on your machine. Like it can execute on other machines as well, but the behavior can be different. There can be different behavior, right? Behavior can be different because, as I told you, A plus B on one machine can be 0101 and A plus B on another machine can be 1010. Okay, so C++ is platform dependent. Platform dependent means that it is dependent upon your machine, platform, machine, whatever I am talking about. This is actually I am talking about your laptop, like hardware plus software, right? So that is what I am talking about. So C++ has this problem that if you are writing code on C++, when it is compiled, we are getting a binary file, and that binary file can behave differently on different platforms because C++ is a platform dependent language. Okay, now here comes the main advantage of Java. What is the advantage of Java? That Java is platform independent language. Java is platform independent language. Okay, so what happens is in Java, why it is platform independent? So process is same. You have written a code. Okay, you have written some code. This code is actually compiled. But what happens is there is one new thing comes up, which is JVM. Okay, so what happens is, first of all, your code is written, it goes into the JVM, it creates a .byte file. not directly .exe file, it creates a .byte file. Okay, .byte file means it is some other language that is written here, and it is not directly compiled. Okay, so what happens is, let's say now you have got this .byte file. Okay, now you want to execute this code in different machines. So what happens is, this machine is here, this machine is here, this machine is here. These machines also have JVM. These machines also have JVM, JVM, and JVM. Okay, because whenever you actually download Java software or anything, this JVM comes along with it. JVM is Java Virtual Environment. Java Virtual Environment. This always comes with your Java software. Okay, so there is JDK, which is Java Development Kit. Inside this JDK, we have this JVM. Okay, which helps in this purpose, that it converts your code into .byte file. Okay, now this .byte file goes into different machines, and those machines also have JVM. So what happens is, when this .byte files comes, so this JVM, because JVM is same for all machines. Okay, because we are downloading JVM from online only, right? So these are same for each machine. So what happens is, when this JVM and this JVM is same, this byte file comes into this JVM. This JVM actually now helps it to convert into .exe file. Okay, there is a compiler inside it. So now it converts your file, your actual code, into machine dependent language, according to this machine, because this JVM is on this machine, right? So it will convert your this .byte file into .exe file, that means binary file, according to your machine. Okay, every JVM will work accordingly. So each machine will get the code, actually according to their machine only. Will get the binary language code according to their machine only, right? So this is the advantage of Java. That is why it is platform independent, and that's why it is very much famous. Okay, in development part or anything, right? So yeah, I hope this is clear. Anybody has any doubt in this part till now? Then I'll move forward. Till then, I'll just read the comments. Yeah. I hope you guys have got it. Any doubt in Hindi? So see, I think Gaurav, most of the people here can understand, are maybe from different backgrounds. They might only understand English. So let me tell you once in Hindi as well. So क्या होता है कि जैसे जावा है, हमारे पास जावा प्लेटफॉर्म इंडिपेंडेंट है. ओके, सो हम जो भी कोड लिखेंगे यहाँ पे, वो हमारा पहले JVM में जाएगा. ये JVM हमारे पास .byte फाइल देगा. ओके, जब ये .byte फाइल हमें मिलेगी, ये डिफरेंट एक्चुअली मशीन्स पे हमारे पास JVM होता है पहले से ही. ओके, एवरी मशीन हैज JVM जहाँ भी हम कोड लिख रहे हैं. ओके, जहाँ भी हम कोड लिख रहे हैं वहाँ पे हमारे पास JVM होता है, एंड दिस JVM that we have, it actually converts our code according to this machine only. इस मशीन के हिसाब से ही, इस मशीन की क्या बाइनरी लैंग्वेज है, 0101 लैंग्वेज क्या है इस मशीन की, उस हिसाब से कोड कन्वर्ट कर देगा. एंड इस मशीन पे भी वो सेम कोड एग्जैक्टली जो यहाँ चल रहा था, वही एग्जैक्टली यहाँ पे भी चलने लग जाएगा. जो हम फंक्शनैलिटी चाहते हैं उस कोड की वजह से जो हमें मिले, वो इसी तरीके से मिल जाती है. ओके, सो दिस इज हाउ एक्चुअली इट वर्क्स, राइट? आई होप दिस इज क्लियर नाउ. So JVM plays a very important role. Okay, JVM is actually an interpreter. Okay, we have a compiler and we have an interpreter. Interpreter actually interprets line wise, and compiler actually compiles the whole code at once. This is the difference between them, right? So this was very basic. Okay, this was basic part that you should know why we use Java. Okay, why we use Java, right? So one of the advantages, this is one of the advantages, that Java is platform independent. Right? Now let's come to the next part, which is more advantages of Java. Let me tell you about more advantages of Java. Okay, so one was platform independent. Okay, platform independent. Second thing is, it is statically typed. Let me tell you about statically typed as well, and why it is good, right? And it is very popular, right? Most of the companies, very big companies, are also using it. Very popular. Okay, and you can say platform independent, statically typed, used in Android. If you are doing Android, it is used in Android as well. and many more. A lot of others are there now. Right now I don't remember. Okay, but these are main advantages, right? Yes, JDK, we have JDK, which is Java Development Kit. Inside it, there are a lot of things, but one of the thing it has is JVM, which is Java Virtual Environment. Okay. Now let's come to platform independent part. Okay. Yeah, it is interpreted language. Yeah, exactly. So platform independent. Let's come to that. Okay. So it is. Sorry, we have already done this. Now let's come to statically typed. And what is the advantage of statically typed language? So statically typed means that we have these things like int, right? We write int a is equal to 5. So we have to define that. Okay, this variable that we are defining is of type int, right? We have to define that. Also, we have. So what does this mean? What does this line actually mean? Is actually we are allotting some memory to a. We are allotting some memory to a. I'll explain in next lectures that what actually this means, how we write code, everything I'll explain. But for the like bigger, higher level purposes, that we have int. Okay, this int actually tells us a lot of things. It tells us that we are taking 4 bytes of space. Okay, so we are taking 4 bytes of space, right? 4 bytes of space in the memory. So this int actually defines a lot of things. Like we are taking 4 bytes of space, and this a is actually of the type integer, and what we are storing here, a lot of things. It tells us about a lot of things. But the main thing I'm trying to say here is what is statically typed is we actually define that how much memory this code is going to take. Okay, so we write int a is equal to 5, int b is equal to 5, and then we write a plus b, like int c is equal to a plus b. So we already know that this code will take 4 bytes and 4 bytes of space. Okay, so it will take 12 bytes of space. So at the compile time only, we know that we have only 12 bytes of space. We are going to use this much. So there is no problem when we go on production. Like production means when your code is used by a lot of thousands of people, there will not be any problem. Why there will not be any problem? Because we already know that this much memory it will take, and when we run it on production, it will not break. But in the languages like Python, we don't define these things like int a is equal to 5. These types of things we don't define. We directly write a is equal to 5. So at the compile time, we don't know how much memory it is going to take. We only know at the time of production, that when we are actually putting our code on production, then only we know that. Okay, so I hope this much is clear. So this statically typed means we already know how much memory it is going to use at the compile time, and Python is a dynamically typed language, so we already know. We don't know that how much memory it is going to use. So it might break. Your code might break if that much memory is not available. Okay, so that is a big problem. So statically typed language have the advantages as well. It is not just that it have disadvantages only, it has advantages as well. Okay, it is very popular. It is used by like a lot of companies, a lot like Amazon is using it for its backend, and a lot of different companies are using it. Okay, so that is the thing. Very popular language. It is very traditional language. People think that new languages are coming, Kotlin is coming, and a lot of different languages are coming. That is good, but this is the most traditional language, and it will never go away. So it has scope everywhere. Okay, so no one is going to remove Java from their system in the near future as well, right? Android, so it is the main language of Android. Right now Kotlin is coming, but it is the main like core language of Android. Everyone is using it already. Okay, and it is very easy as well. Very easy as well. In what terms? That like languages like C++ has a lot of, what I can say is like pointers. Sorry, C++ has pointers, right? So that sometimes is very difficult to understand. Okay, so like me, I started Java because I didn't want to do pointers. So that is the thing. So C++ has pointers, Java doesn't have pointers, so it becomes very easy for in Java. Okay, Java, you will get to learn that you don't have to take care of about if it is passed by reference, it is passed by value. In Java, everything is passed by value. Okay, there are different ways of storing different variables, but it is always passed by value, right? So this was the overview, like how we are actually going to, like this is actually what Java is. Okay, it is platform independent, it is statically typed, very popular. Android, it used in like Android as well. A lot of companies are using it. Very easy language because pointers are not there. Okay, so these are the main advantages that we have in Java. So it is a very good language to learn. Don't think that it doesn't have future like Python, like languages like Python. You see, everyone is saying that it has future, but I'll say that learn any language, learn it properly, because in your career, in your whole career that you have, you are going to use different languages. Okay, just that syntax is going to be different. But for the starting language, if you want to choose a language where you have a lot of scope. Okay, language like C++ cannot be used in development. Okay, it is used in games development only, but not in like in a company that you are going and just doing web development. It will not be used, right? So that is the case. I'm not saying that don't learn any other language. You will learn actually as gradually you go in your career. You are not going to work only on one language in your whole career. You are going to learn on go on different languages, right? But to start with, I'm saying that. Okay. So, sir, let's take some questions as well. Sir, will there be 3 videos? Yeah, there will be 3 videos most probably every day. Sir, can we use Java in AI? Yes, you can use in AI ML, but it is actually preferred that you use Python only because it has less syntax. But there are courses that we are teaching Java, like machine learning in Java as well. Okay, so you can use that. So see, understandable pointers are variables that are used to store address on other variable. It is the only link that which get access to machine. Okay, so a lot of different things are there, different views. Okay, so just tell me if all this that I have told you till now is clear to you guys or not. Okay, just tell me that. Like if you guys are now excited to learn Java, like we can explore more, or we like still you are thinking that okay, we can learn it, we should not learn it, like that is the case. Or if you guys have any issues, like any questions about anything, you can ask me right now. No, it is not. See, this is the debate going on everywhere, that if Java is a pure object oriented language or not. It is okay. One more thing, it is object oriented language. This was one of the feature that I have actually missed. Object oriented language. Okay, object oriented language, we will study a different like section for it. Like it is an object oriented language, right? Object oriented programming language, we will study a lot of things about it. But Java, it is a debate actually. If it is a pure object oriented language or not. Some say it is, some say it is not. Why it is not? But why people say is because there are these primitive types that we have, int, boolean, and double. All these are primitive types. They don't have classes. Okay, but so because we want to prove that this is a pure object oriented language, we have wrapper classes as well. We have wrapper classes on these classes like int, boolean, double. We have wrapper classes on them. Okay, when we have wrapper classes, we are saying that it is a pure object oriented language. Okay, so there is a debate, so we don't have to go into that. Yes, everything will be on Java. We will do a lot of questions in DSA as well, starting from very basic. Then we will go to DSA, arrays, strings, everything, every data structure, a lot of questions every day. So we are going to do a lot of things now in Java on Geeks4Geeks Java channel only. And even if you are not from Java background, you can actually come and join, because you are going to actually learn the approaches of the question at least. Okay, so we are going to do a very good questions as well. Soon I am going to start a series for questions only, right? Not like we will study Java, parallelly we will do questions as well. Like those questions will be of DSA, right? A lot of things are coming. Yeah. For if you want to learn Java only, you can depend on my videos. I'll cover most of the things, right? So you will get to learn like how to code for sure. Yes, JVM does both of the things. Yeah, that is what I am saying. There is a debate going on. Some people say that it is fully object-oriented language. Some people say that it is not fully object-oriented language. Okay, because of these primitive types. Okay, these primitive types also have the wrapper classes like integer and boolean. But it's a debate, still a debate. So it will be 3 classes for around 35 to 40 minutes. Every class will be of 35 to 40 minutes. There will be 3 classes every day. Okay, we will. Yeah, OOPS concept as well. I'll start with OOPS concepts as well soon. Okay, so everything will be covered. Just do one thing: go and join this channel fast. Like I'm going to take another at 5:45, another lecture at 5:45. So just go and join this, and let's just this session. Let's go with. It is enough for this session. Okay, let's join at 5:45 on this video. right? We are going to start with Java. We are going to code. We are going to code in 10 minutes, right? So let's stop this lecture and let's meet in 10 minutes. I hope this lecture was a little informative for you guys and you have learned a lot. And let's meet in 10 minutes on this channel, Geeks for Geeks Java. Okay, so let's do it. Anybody has any doubt, guys, just ask right now. So we are going to meet in 10 minutes, right? That is not a problem. Yes, I'll come live every day. Time slot is this only, 5 to 7. Like all the classes will be between 5 to 7 only, right? This is right now 5:45 and 6:30 will stop at 7:05 or 7:10, right? Yeah, let's meet in 10 minutes now, okay, on this channel, Geeks for Geeks Java channel, and this video, right? So thank you very much, guys, for joining in, and let's meet in some time. Okay, so bye bye.